welcome. Today we are back with another tutorial, and today's tutorial includes some rhinestone tears. Here's the good news though, if you're not into that, if you're not looking for something to wear to like a concert or a festival or something more jazzy, I'm going to do the entire look first before we get into how to apply the tear situation. So if you're just in it for a nude ombre lip and a very simple matte halo eye, then you can just watch up to that part and be none the wiser. But if you're looking for something a little bit more different, something maybe to wear to like a special event, a concert, party, something funky, something where you're gonna get funky, then I am going to show you the easiest way I find to apply little studs or rhinestones or something along those lines in the shape of a tear, which I do a lot on my Instagram. Not necessarily like in the shape of a tear, but I'll apply like a lot of rhinestones or a lot of studs or something around my eye and onto my skin, and it looks very impressive and pretty, and it's very interesting and adds texture. You can get real creative with it, but if you know like little tricks to do it, it's actually pretty damn easy. So let's get into the tutorial, and I'm gonna show you how I do it. Let's fucking do this. Today I'm going to be working out of an old favorite. This is the Tartelette in Bloom palette, Tartelette 2 palette, however you like to call it. As usual, we're going to start with a transition shade. This is the shade Sweetheart, and I am going to put that in a very diffuse manner throughout my entire crease area using my Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. Hi! Say hi everybody! Say hello! Hello! Hi! Hi! You're so cute. I was originally gonna go for like grayish tones with this, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna go for more of like a mauve tone. So I'm going to grab a slightly darker color for the next shade. I am going to use the color Rebel right here on a Morphe M433 brush. I'm going to pack this color on both the outer and the inner corners of the eyes and kind of blend it into the crease a little bit, but I don't want it to be too dark in the crease because I don't want it to like close off the center where I'm going to put the lighter color. Now to deepen up the outer corner and the inner corner a little bit more, but keep it in that same mauve-y type of a vein, I'm going to grab some of this color Leader on a Sigma E30 pencil brush. I'm just going to pack that color on and blend it slightly into the color that we put down before. Just a little note for you guys, if you ever notice that I'm blending with another brush after I apply it, I always go back and blend it with the brush that I used to apply the previous color. That's like the easiest way to kind of melt two colors together when necessary. So I am going to actually take another darker color and just darken the outer and the inner corner even more, just to make sure that it's nice and like grounded and dark and smoky wokey in there. And then we will continue as such. The next dark color I'm going to go in with is the color Activist. And I'm going to dab that onto the inner and outer corners in the very furthest corners of each with my Makeup Geek pencil brush. So I think I want to keep this completely matte except for like maybe a little bit of a hint of shimmer on the underneath side of the inner corner. But I don't want to leave the center completely bare, so I'm going to go in with a matte whitish bony ivory shade. I'm going to pick up the color Flower Child, which is like a pinkish off-white, with the Real Techniques shading brush, and I'm just going to pop that onto the center and then blend it into the surrounding colors very carefully, very sparingly, because I don't want the white to like take away any of the darkness that I put down, but I will blend it in with the brushes that we used previously to kind of make sure that we don't lose too much of the color. I want my tight line and my waterline to be nice and deep and black. So I'm going to line top and bottom with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Darkside Liner. I got a new fresh one. And I think I'm going to make a really ballsy move today, and I'm not going to put any liquid liner on my top lash line, even though we are going to put falsies on. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit extra of that Darkside liner on the inner corner, like through the center of those lashes, so that the end of the lash band isn't really obvious, but I don't want to give any extra real estate on the lid to some eyeliner to hide the band. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to take away any of the space that we put shadow on. I'm just leaving it as is. Ballsy, ballsy. Now that I'm done with the top lids, I am going to just conceal underneath my eyes so we can start smoking out that lower lash line a little bit. Okay, I concealed under my eyes and I'm anticipating some amount of fallout because the colors are pretty dark, so I put an ass load of powder, which is a metric unit. That way if it falls down I can just sweep it away. And to start smoking out that lower lash line, I am going to grab a little bit more of the mid-tone color that we used. That was Rebel. And again, I'm going to use it on my Morphe M433 brush. This time I'm just going to sweep it along my lower lash line. And I also want to darken up that lash line quite a bit, but it's not as delicate a situation as the top lid because it's less space. So I'm actually going to jump right into the darkest shade we used earlier, which is Activist, on that Makeup Geek pencil brush, and I'm just going to smudge that along my lower lash line and blend those together. So the eyes are pretty much done. I just need to do some lashes and mascara. I'm going to hop off camera and pop that on. The lashes I'm going to use today are the House of Lashes Boudoir Lash, and I am going to use a TooFaced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara. Okay, so that's the eyes all done. I am going to do the skin now, and I'm actually going to do my highlight on camera today because I am using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills and Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit. And I haven't used it yet. I just dipped in with my finger, but I haven't used it on my face yet, so I'm pretty excited, and I kind of wanted to give like a first impressions while we're here. Like, why not add it in, add value to your watching experience. I'm gonna do what I usually do, and that is add some dewy setting spray to my face before I start to apply my highlight, because I find that on my pale, pasty, translucent skin, it makes it pop a little bit better. And I think I'm going to apply the color Glow Getter and then maybe mix in a little bit of Forever Young. I think those kind of tie into this look the best out of all of them. And you may have noticed that I haven't put any blush on yet. And that's because I like to put my blush on after my highlight. And then if I need to touch up my highlight a little bit more, I do, but I find that it makes it more blendy when I do it this way. So if you have a hard time blending your highlight, that might be a good tip for you. A little bit of glow getter on the cheekbones to see how this goes. But you probably can't tell on camera because it doesn't pick up quite this much detail, but this color does have some glitter in it, and if you're not into that, you're not going to like this. Personally, I don't mind that. I feel like you can only really see it when you're up close and personal anyway, and as long as it looks really pretty and glowy and dewy from a distance, the glitter doesn't bother me. And I'm going to add in a little bit of that color Forever Young. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. I'm also going to grab a little bit of Forever Young on a pencil brush, and I'm going to pop that on the lower portion of the inner corner of the eye look. So my initial first impression on this is that it's very like wham bam, holy shit, your highlight, ma'am. That kind of a thing, very intense. The colors are very pretty. I think that there's a good range in there for different skin tones. None of them seem like so incredibly dark that I will be able to wear them though, especially like for summertime when I'm a little bit more bronzed up. I'm just gonna add a little bit of blush and finish up the skin, and then we can move on to the lip. Okay, the skin is all done. I am going to prep my lips with a little plumping balm for a second. And I think I'm going to keep it nice and simple today and just do an ombre matte nude lip. Can't decide if I want to do Anastasia Allison and Stripped or Anastasia Ashton and Stripped. I think I'm going to go with Ashton Stripped. I've done an ombre lip tutorial before. If you want to see that, I'll link it below. That's going to kind of zoom in through this so we can get it out of the way so we can do the fun part, which is the little diamond tears that we're going to add. But I am going to do the lip first in case you guys want to see what the look looks like without that, in case you want to do it as like a daily practical look instead of like kind of like the fun glitter tears thing. You know what I mean? Adding on the rhinestone or stud or whatever type of tears you would like to do, it's actually like the easiest ever. It's just kind of a matter of knowing the best way to get them to stick and the best way to pick them up. I bought a couple of different wheels of different types of studs and crystals on Amazon. They're super duper cheap. I'll link either these or something similar if they're not available anymore down below. But essentially they're like $5 each, and they come with a variety of different types of shapes and stuff in them. The last time I did something like this, I posted it on Instagram, and I did star tears in gold coming down my cheek. I'm going to do the same layout and the same technique, but today I don't feel like doing the exact same thing again, so I am going to do it with some rhinestones. This particular wheel came with ones that are teardrop shaped, flower shaped, squares, stars, diamond, bows, and like little hearts. I'm going to use a mixture of the diamond shaped, the triangle shaped, and the teardrop shaped ones, just because I find that those are the best for creating a look like this. I don't really want something as literal as a flower or a heart or a star today, but you could use those too, and you would apply them the exact same way. I find that the best way to do this is to use your favorite lash glue. I'm going to use the House of Lashes Clear. The glue has got to be clear. If you use black glue, it's gonna look like a fucking hot mess. Trust your girl, you want to use clear glue. Basically what I like to do is just put a few dots of glue where I know I'm going to place a few of the stones. I'm going to pick those stones up, place them where I put the glue, move on, and put a little bit more glue down. So that way, as I'm working, the glue is like 2/3 dry, which is like essential perfect tackiness as far as lash glue is concerned. And I'm just picking them up and dotting them on where I put the glue, and that's it. To pick them up, the best way to do it is actually with a wax pencil. They sell special wax pencils just for picking up rhinestones and stuff, but I don't have one. I'm not that fancy. So what I do is I take an eyeliner brush, I wet it with a little bit of setting spray so it's a tiny bit tacky, and then I use that to pick it up and put it in. Sometimes I use the assistance of a pair of tweezers if necessary. I'm just going to dive right in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm just going to do a little cascade of a tear from one eye and down onto my cheek. And this is the finished look. And that's it. That's the tutorial done. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or if you didn't, I mean, give it a thumbs down, but like also, why not give it a thumbs up? It takes exactly the same amount of effort. The little buttons are like right next to each other. You might as well just give it a thumbs up. Be positive. Put positivity out into the world. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see more tutorials like this and not like this, as well as all of the other weird shit that I put out. You never know. You don't know what you're gonna get on this channel, and that's the fun of it. Please go ahead and follow me on social media. I'm at Ms. QuinnFace. I'll put that up here on the screen, but I'll also list it down below so you can go find me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. All of those are at Ms. QuinnFace. I make it very easy to find me. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one.